This is part 2 of going over the syllabus, and we left off here with this section coming up on learning activities and assessment activities. And so a major component of the learning in this course are videos that I've created for each objective. An objective is one type of problem or one concept, and it's very focused on one particular kind of problem. And so there are videos that I've created for almost all objectives will be videos I created, and in some cases supplemental material that I've selected and will direct you to things like from the publisher usually, or occasionally from other sources. And so to do the learning, you'll be watching videos that I've created or looking at other types of media and activities that I direct you to for a particular objective. And then for each objective, there's an objective assignment. So those assignments are shorter than a traditional homework assignment, and they cover that one particular type of problem for that objective. So you watch my videos and do other activities that I direct you to for an objective. Then you go on to Pearson MyLab Math to do the objective assignment for that objective. And remember, you can get in touch with me by email. Within Pearson, there's a link that says Ask My Instructor, and that's a good way to go. Click that link. It will send me an email, tell me exactly what problem you're working on, which gives us a good way to go. So that link in Pearson is a good way when you're working on these homework assignments and you have questions, or just a regular email, or make an appointment. Some questions we can deal with by email. Sometimes an appointment will facilitate things more. It depends on a lot of different factors. As you do the homework, you should write out your written work. And that's the second bullet on the screen right now, which is for each objective. There are 5 questions on an objective assignment, which is pretty much a normal number of questions, more or less, but 5 we'll say. You do those 5 problems on my math lab and you write out your work on paper. And then in addition to the My Math Lab part of the grade, you will be uploading that written work on paper by either scanning it or taking a photo of it. And then uploading it to Microsoft Teams. And all that work that you do on the homework problems is called your objective notebook, and that is part of the grade. In addition to homework then, the course is organized into modules. There are 11 modules in MAGN 101 and 7 modules in Math 102. So modules are kind of like topics, but it is broken down a little bit more into more smaller modules than a big topic in a traditional format class. At the end of each module, 2 things will happen, and they will be on my math lab is a module pre-assessment. This work is very similar to the homework, the objective assignments, but it covers more than one objective, and it will really prepare you for the module assessment. The module pre-assessments are kind of like pre-tests or quizzes. You can do them many times. You have many learning aids available to you. You can ask me or come see me at an appointment for module pre-assessments. And then you take the module assessment, which is more like a test, but shorter than a typical traditional sort of format math test in a college math course. So you do the module pre-assessment as for part of the grade, but also as a self-check to prepare yourself for the module assessment. The module assessment is timed, and you don't have any learning aids available to you, and so it's more like a test, as I said. Those module assessments some of them will be on my math lab. Actually, they'll all have a component on my math lab. Some of them will also have a component on Blackboard. And those Blackboard parts of the module assessments of the tests, that's where you'll need to use webcam-equipped and microphone-equipped computer, which you can see the technology requirements earlier in this document that I mentioned in the previous video too. For the module assessment components or parts that are on Blackboard, that's where you'll need those things, because that will use an online proctoring system which requires that technology. Then there'll be a final exam, which will also have a part on my math lab and also a part through Blackboard, which is proctored with what's called Respondus Lockdown Browser. That's the online proctoring. All right, class participation, there is a component of that. It should be easy for you to keep up with. I will send you something each week that will say class participation, and it will be an email that will tell you what to do. And sometimes it will be as simple as, please respond to this email with like here, or just checking in. Make sure you could take that opportunity too to ask me any questions, either math questions or how to do certain things in the course, or technology questions. The reason for this kind of class participation, in my mind at least, is to make sure we keep an open channel of communication between you and I. So I'll send you an email. Sometimes it'll be simply that. Sometimes I will ask you to answer a couple of questions or a little survey. NoShow Compliance is a federal regulation, so it is pretty important, because if you don't take any action in a course, there's a date at which you will be administratively dropped. Now, literally, you have to do one thing. The student initiated, though, okay, which means you have to start it. And so for this course, the easiest way to do that, probably, is to go down to the last bullet here, where it says creation of a student user account in a third-party product that is a required part of the online course. So if you create and log into and link your Blackboard account to that Pearson MyLab account, where you need to do all the homework and lots of other stuff besides, that will satisfy that last bullet. And if you have trouble with doing that, and that you should email me, okay? And when you email me with that trouble, you try to do that, you have trouble. When you email me, come here to Blackboard, and there's a link on the left down below, right? Kind of level with my head, but over on the left, it says email instructor. So get into my math lab. If you have trouble doing that, then come here to Blackboard, click email instructor, and contact me about it. And if you look at the bullet, the second to last bullet, submission of a student to instructor message about a specific aspect of the course within the online course space. Example, a message in Blackboard. So you see, if you do the last bullet, you're fine with this particular federal requirement. If you have trouble with the last bullet, and then you come here and email me through that link, that satisfied that email you sent to me. You see, you initiated something to me through Blackboard. That means that this federal no-show compliance business is check, you're done. Okay, so it basically means you just got to get into my lab or email me through Blackboard about how to get into my math lab. And then you'll be fine, and that won't be an issue. All right, now, what are we doing here? I'm going to stop this and do one more part of this video, and we'll pick up right here.